There are not many airdrops worth talking about these days, but it seems like we may finally have one. EdgeX is dubbed to be the Hyperliquid 2.0, and many of you will remember that the Hyperliquid airdrop gave many people 5-6-figure airdrops. So in today's video, we're going to talk all about EdgeX. We're going to break down the airdrop and really just unpack everything that you need to know to start farming points and secure your bag. So if you do enjoy the video, do drop a like, do subscribe, but let's get into it. So we're going to get started by running through this thread that I recently shared over on X. It basically just gives the brief details of EdgeX and the airdrop, and then we'll dive into further detail on the things that you really need to know about. Basically, I shared that we finally have an airdrop worth farming again. It's been a while since my last airdrop thread, but EdgeX Exchange are here with a generous airdrop campaign. And many of you guys will remember that in kind of early last year, I was putting out quite a bit of airdrop content, but there were so many airdrops that were just completely underwhelming and disappointing and full of false promises that whole narrative pretty much just dried up because people were no longer interested in airdrops. It just wasn't worth people's time. But the thing is here, people are usually hesitant because they haven't heard of it before. You may have not heard of EdgeX before. And the disclaimer is, it means that you're early. You have to think about it like this. If every single person is talking about EdgeX, you are not early, you are late, and you are not going to get maximum rewards. And by the time you feel comfortable with EdgeX and enough people have given it the credentials that you're looking for, it's too late. So you have to think about it. You have to really just do your own research, make your own decisions, and figure out if this is an airdrop campaign that you are going to really, grind on. So EdgeX is essentially a decentralized exchange, very much like Hyperliquid, and it's incubated by one of the biggest market makers in crypto. So when we talk about credentials, it has the likes of Amber Group behind them, a NASDAQ listed leader in institutional crypto, financial services and solutions. If you've not heard of Amber Group before, well, I just put them into I put this into Gemini, basically asking who the biggest market makers are in crypto, and here on the list is Amber Group, and it really just paints a picture of the resources that are being pushed behind EdgeX if these guys are incubating them. So definitely worth keeping that in mind when we talk about credentials and reputation. But the thing that I really like about EdgeX is the familiarity, have I just butchered that? Cut. With the UI, the user experience. And when it comes to the mobile side of things more specifically. So I'm not going to run through the mobile demo in today's video. We're going to do that later this week. I will be sharing a full trading tutorial later this week. So if you do want to check that out, make sure you subscribe. But for the purpose of today, we're just going to look on the desktop exchange. And you'll probably look at this at first glance and think this looks very much like a traditional centralized exchange. And that's what I really like about it. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. If something works, then you should be sticking with it. I mean, I've even placed this is a demo account. I put a small Bitcoin trade on just to show you how it works. Even setting stop losses and targets and all that kind of stuff. It is all very, very familiar. When it comes to the listings, we can see here that you can search any kind of, new, relevant, high volume coin. So we're talking fat coin, it's listed. We're talking even Hyperliquid as a competitor, it's listed. You can basically trade anything that is worth trading on EdgeX. So yeah, when it's like this, it's kind of like, why reinvent the wheel? It works, people are familiar, people feel comfortable trading on this kind of interface. So there is no need to really try and do something extra quirky and different, basically. So I really like the exchange itself. I've been testing it, using it, and making sure that it's something that I am going to continue using naturally and organically in the long term, because that is going to reflect on my points when it comes to actually getting some rewards from the airdrop. So when it comes to the airdrop more specifically, it's very simple to farm. There are basically 3 key components to farming. Number 1 is trading volume. At the end of the day, it's an exchange, a decentralized exchange, and volume is what they want. There's no hiding that. That is what they want, and if they can bring more users to the platform to trade for the airdrop, but then they stick around because they love the platform, then that's success for everybody involved. Referring others, it's exactly what I'm doing here now. There will be a referral link down below in the description so you can sign up and you can get started on EdgeX. And depositing to vaults. Now, the thing is here, if we check out on the platform again, we go to eStrategy here on the navigation bar. This is where the vaults are. You'll be able to look into different vaults. You'll be able to deposit. You know, you can let your money work for you in that respect. If that's more of what you're about, you can check that out. When it comes to the Earn tab, this is more about the referrals. So you'll have your own referral link if you want to bring other people on board. That'll be here. You can make a custom referral link with your name in or whatever it may be. Everybody knows the game when it comes to referrals. The more people you refer, the more volume, the better it is for your rewards, for their rewards, and of course for EdgeX ultimately. So basically referring, LP pools, trading, that's how you're going to rack up your points. Now, the thing is that I mentioned here with the alpha of this is that 60% of the points pool is allocated to trade volume, but wash trading isn't going to score you anything. I've took a screenshot here. We'll go back to the website for a moment. But if we go to the points page, we can see a bit more about this, how they're distributed. It's basically in tiers. The more volume that the exchange process, the higher the tiers go. And, you know, again, it's more just of that everybody's winning kind of approach. But if we go down to the FAQs and we look at the point allocation criteria, we can see here that 60% of the points pool is going to be going towards trading volume. And that's not really a surprise because that is ultimately what they are looking for. They want more people and more real people using the platform. EdgeX are all about organic traders, organic volume, and not just putting up some stupid fake numbers just to kind of catch people's attention. Then you've got 20% going towards the ambassadors and the referrals, so I think that is to be expected as well. 10% towards the TVL and vault points, which may seem low, but when you think about how passive it is and how you don't actually need to do anything apart from just put your money there, I can understand why that's a little bit low. It's still good considering, you know, you're not going to have to do anything after initially going into them vaults. You got 5% on liquidation points and 5% on open interest points. So yeah, the keynote at the bottom though, wash trading will not receive any points. And that's what you want to see because we talk about like real volume, real users. You don't want people just opening up trades and closing them 2 seconds later just so they can rack up volume, because that's not what anybody wants. And I think EdgeX see that in the future, in the long term, as soon as that airdrop's over and then wash traders disappear, the metrics and the statistics for the platform are just going to decline rapidly. And that doesn't look good on them. It kind of creates a picture that the exchange is failing, people leave, and, you know, as much as people think it's a good idea for the short term and to get the hype going, it's not sustainable. And EdgeX clearly want to be here for the long run, competing at the highest level. And then the final details in the thread. Basically, I am saying that if you missed Hyperliquid, you are now getting a second chance with EdgeX. When will the airdrop be? I've been told soon, but not too soon, which is actually a good thing because you need time now to be trading organically and building up your points organically, referring friends, all the stuff we've just gone through. My link's there, but I will leave it down below in the description as I just mentioned. And to make it very, very clear, I am helping the EdgeX team spread the word, but I do encourage you to go and try the platform for yourself. You know, if you go on there and, you know, you enjoy the experience, the trading experience on there, and you can see that that is a place where you actually want to trade for the long term, then it makes sense. But if you're not comfortable with it, if you are not bothered about the airdrop, then, you know, you can make your own decision, you can figure it out, especially if you've been trading for a while. So yeah, that pretty much wraps that up there. Like I said, I will be putting out a more detailed trading tutorial video, hopefully later this week. We will see how things go. But if you did enjoy the video, please do drop a like, please do subscribe to the channel, and also comment what you think of the EdgeX exchange once you try it out. But in the meantime, please do trade safe, invest safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.